Okay, hello everyone. Today we are going to be learning about something special. We are going to be learning about the Pythagorean theorem. So you all might know about the Pythagorean theorem. If you don't, I'm going to show you. Okay, so let's get started. So these are all right triangles. If you don't know what a right triangle is, I'll show you. I'll demonstrate it. So this is a right triangle. So a right triangle has a 90-degree angle. This is a 90-degree angle. You see, it also accounts for this one. This is also a right triangle. Now this one is also a right triangle. All of these are right triangles. Yes, they're all right triangles. You get it? Now, the Pythagorean theorem is actually based on this. Of course, it's only based on right triangles. Okay? Now let's move on here. So, let's see. Okay. In a right triangle, the two shortest sides are called the legs. So let me show you. Yeah, so here, the two shortest sides are called the legs. So here, A is the leg, B is the leg, C is not. So to see what C is, let's see this one. The side opposite the right angle is called the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is, let me change it to blue. The hypotenuse is C. C is the hypotenuse. Right, so C is the hypotenuse. It's the hypotenuse. Okay, so here, let's fix this. Okay, now here. So it says the Pythagorean theorem states that in any right triangle, the sum of the squares of the lengths of the legs equals the square of the length of the hypotenuse. And I just want to show you guys that over here is an equation. So we have a squared, b squared, and c squared, which means here you have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay? So it's this side squared plus this side squared equals to this side squared. Okay? Now let's move on. Always make sure that you use the equations when you're solving Pythagorean theorem or any other thing like that, okay? Okay, let's move on. Okay, now we are on our first example. So here it says find the hypotenuse C. Here's a hint. Always look out for the hints. So you can see A is equal to 4 and B is equal to 3. And we have the equation over here to show all of you that. So we have 4 and 3. Okay, so now let's start solving the equation. Let me show you. So first you have, so A is 4. So we have 4 squared plus 3 squared equals to c squared. Now we have to convert these square numbers to perfect squares. So 4 squared is equal to 16. It's because 4 times 4 is 16. So 16 there, plus 3 squared is 9. So we're going to have 9 there. Okay, equals, so c squared. Now we add 16 and 9 together, and we get 25. Great. So now what we have to do next is a very important thing. You see this squared? We can actually square root 25, and we also square root c squared. And then 25, the square root of 25 is 5. So 5 is c. So c is equal to 5. You get it? So we're understanding. So we have 3 squared plus 4 squared is equal to 5 squared. There we go. You see how we solve it? Okay, now we're going to move on to a little bit more of a difficult problem. Let's move on. Next one. Okay, so now we have to find the missing leg. Always look out for the hints. So we have a hint over here. Now you can see that B is equal to 8 and C is equal to 10. So here, instead of using this, we can do the reverse. We can try C squared, yes. So we can reverse that, do this, C squared minus B squared is equal to A squared. Okay? This might not sound different, but it is. Okay, now let's substitute. C squared is 10 squared. Now minus B squared, which is 8 squared, goes to A squared. Now let's see. So 10 squared is equal to 100. Let me write it right here. 8 squared is 64, so we're going to put that right here. And then we have A squared there. Now, 100 minus 64 is 36. Let's put it there. Now, always remember, let's square root 36 and also square root A squared as well. Now we can say that the square root of 36 is 6. So A is equal to 6. 6 is the missing leg. You get it? Of course, it sounds simple. You just have to understand exactly the concept of the Pythagorean theorem, okay? And how to find the missing leg. If there's a missing leg, always use the formulas that I show you, okay? It's very important that you use the formula because if you don't, you will never understand what the problem is or what answer you're supposed to get. Always look for the hints and also use this equation. And of course, look at the shape shown and use the information shown there. Okay? Great. So now let's move on. I know that next we have a brief recap of the Pythagorean theorem. So always remember that a right triangle, you have a right angle, which measures approximately 90 degrees. And this applies for all of these triangles, okay? Every single triangle shown here has 90-degree angles. This one is a little bit different. This is an equilateral triangle. It doesn't have a right angle. It has angles like this. These are acute angles. They're smaller than 90 degrees, okay? So now all of you understand the Pythagorean theorem. Of course, thanks for watching this video and make sure that you work hard. If you don't understand, watch one of my math videos and make sure to subscribe, give a like, and of course, make sure to always stay on the bright side. I'm sure that all of you can do it. You have the confidence, you can do it. I trust you. See you later.